So, well, it's another day, and I have another trove of Podesta emails for you. And for this first one I'm going to share with you, it's the most insane yet. Because I hope you're sitting down, because this will floor you. I'm sure a lot of you already heard about it by now. So the latest email published by WikiLeaks and belonging to Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta shows Podesta's brother Tony Podesta forwarding an email to John Podesta asking if he can come to a dinner. But this was not some regular dinner you have at a friend's house. So the dinner is described in the forwarded portion of the email, which is an email from artist Marina Abramovich to Tony Podesta expressing excitement over hosting a, quote, spirit cooking, and that's a proper noun, those are two capitalized, spirit cooking dinner at her home. The email read, quote, "Dear Tony, I am so looking forward to the spirit dinner at my place. Do you think you'll be able to let me know if your brother is joining? All my love, Marina." Now, just one quick thing here. I first wondered about John Podesta's relationship with this woman, Marina Abramovich, as Mr. Podesta is married with 3 children to Mary Podesta. I'm asking, ladies, would any of you be worried if another woman sent your husband that email? But that is not really the point of this email. And it's all to do with this spirit cooking. That's the point here. And you may be asking, what is spirit cooking? And ever since this email news broke out just earlier today, Twitterverse has been going crazy, calling the dinner as much as just going all over the place, some even calling it related to a satanic cult. So with all this swirling around, I had to look it up and report to you the full story behind what exactly spirit cooking is. So first, some background. Marina Abramovich is an artist, a strange and extreme artist, you'll find that out in just a second, and published a cookbook called Spirit Cooking in 1996. This cookbook was featured at New York City's MoMA Art Museum. She was hosting a dinner at her home promoting the cookbook and invited the Podestas. So Spirit Cooking was the first project Jacob Samuel produced with his portable aquatinta box, working with Abramovich, who is a performance artist with little printmaking experience, and they did this in her Amsterdam studio. So the artist chose to make a cookbook, writing a series of aphrodisiac recipes that serve as evocative instructions for actions or thoughts. And we all know what aphrodisiac means. I'll have to explain that to you. So, Spirit Cooking with Essential Aphrodisiac Recipes was the name of the book. It was released by Miss Abramovich in 1996. But the ingredients in that cookbook call for fresh breast milk with fresh sperm milk to be consumed on earthquake nights. That's right. I don't know how much that tastes. Now, New York's Museum of Modern Art called it a cookbook for evocative instructions for actions or thoughts, is what the New York Museum called it. And another recipe calls for, and this, I'm not lying to you, this is actually true. This is actually in this cookbook. Go look it up. And another recipe calls for the ingredient of, guess what it is? Fresh morning urine. Now, I don't know what the morning has anything to do with it. I don't know how much urine is different in the morning or how it tastes different. I've never tasted urine, but accordingly to her, morning urine tastes different. So it is either, to me, a cookbook for a satanic cult or the homeless guy under the bridge. It could really go either way if you think about it. Satanic cult, homeless guy, they both kind of the same thing if you ask me. They eat very similar foods, it seems like. So Mr. Abramovich is a well-known artist who has performed since the early 1970s. Her latest memoir, Walk Through Walls, was reviewed by the New York Times on November 1st. The Times noted her fascination with machoism and spirituality, along with her, quote, "I take my clothes off and cut myself" era, and the, quote, "I run into things while naked" period. And we all have that, right? Running into things while naked. I mean, who doesn't do that? I think we all go through that period of life, running through stuff naked. I mean, who doesn't? Also, I have this to share for you. Lady Gaga had this to say about her, and we all know how good Lady Gaga is, and here it is.
Powerful. And it's when you are around someone like Marina that you, as myself, a self-proclaimed pop performance artist, want to go home and slit my wrists, and I am nothing. I have achieved no sense of art. She is so boundless, and she did a piece, I think it was in Germany, and she laid on a table and she put out all of these things, a gun, condoms, sleeping pills, booze, ropes, all sorts of things on this table, and there was a sign basically that just said that the museum goers could do as they pleased to her, and they were not responsible for anything that happened, that she would take full responsibility for anything that happened. Somebody tried to shoot her in the head, and another.
Now, if that isn't beautiful art, I don't know what is. I mean, you can just imagine that. I mean, guns, booze, condoms. It's like a Friday night in the Paradise Hills trailer park and resort, if you ask me. Now, I'm sorry if you live in Paradise Hills. I'm just made that up. But you can get the point here. Plus, this is from the noted art critic, Lady Gaga. I mean, you really can't get any higher recommendation than that, right? I mean, I've seen her books on art all the time, old Lady Gaga. But in all seriousness, looking at this, so there's nothing really openly satanic about the cookbook, and you don't know for certain what happened at that dinner, but we can pretty much use our imagination to figure out what happened. Or actually, don't do that. Don't do that, because I just started imagining, and I think I may have nightmares tonight just thinking about it. So don't imagine Podesta and all that stuff. But like I said, you know, the satanic, I don't know, but you know, it's definitely crazy stuff. And this is the kind of thing that we see who John Podesta is. So this is the kind of people that Hillary Clinton hires. And she talks about how sick Donald Trump is, but these guys she's hiring, I mean, wow. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I mean,